Chapter 2. Trixie watched her friend sigh again. After the battle, Carrot Top had become pretty glum, so Disney suggested they go to Sukuku Corner to cheer her up. Not surprising after Corona turned her prize carrier to a hideous monster. So he's been spending several months growing this thing using Earth Pony magic or whatever to make it as big as at least twice the size of a pony. Tracy still had no idea how Carrot Top managed that one. Earth Ponies are weird. Carrot Top wanted to enter in a state farming contest in Dodge City and hopefully win something. But it looked like all those prizes would most likely go to the Apple Trust. Again. Wasn't surprising that she was in such a dire mood. The prize money she might have won would have helped out a lot.
Here you go, CT,
An irritating Pinkie Pie said, setting a chocolate parfait in front of the depressed mare.
Don't worry about the cost. It's on the house.
Carrot Top gave a small smile. Thanks, Pinkie.
No problem, CT. I'm always here to give you an encouraging hoof,
Pinkie exclaimed. I have to say, Pinkie, I really like the new look you gave to your cute corner. Shirley gestured around her. After the bakery got damaged during their fight with a compass monster, Pinkie somehow convinced the cakes to expand and renovate it into something entirely new and unique. It was now a bizarre hybrid between a bakery, youth center, and a dojo. A move that seemed to work surprisingly well. The place was packed with ponies, particularly foals, that were playing in various activities the youth center provided. There was an indoor pool, billiard and hoofball tables, a climbing wall, comfortable couches for the youth to sit and chat on. Shirley seemed particularly happy with the change. Dizzy Star Tinky was currently playing on a rather large climbing wall built into the far left wall. Feeling Trixie's gaze on her, the full wave of hoof at her. Wilson almost caused her to lose her grip, causing Dizzy to tense before relaxing again, as the child leaned back into the wall. Not that she was in any danger with the safety gear attached to her, but Dizzy unnecessarily worried about her daughter sometimes.
It's an interesting choice, Trixie admitted. Ah, shucks, thanks, Pinkie beamed. Thought it wasn't my idea.
Trixie blinked, and the rest of her friends seemed just as surprised.
So, it was Mrs. Cake's idea?
Dizzy threw out.
Nope! Pinkie beamed. It was Rarity's idea.
The entire group was startled, particularly Charlie. Rarity? Charlie parried.
Well, of course, darling.
Rarity said, trotting up to their table, seemingly summoned by the use of her name.
Why?
Trixie's eyebrows raised.
You see, Miss Lunamoon, I just thought Penningfield needed a place for foes to gather, have fun, and stay out of trouble. It keeps the foes off the street and provides a positive place for them to gather and have fun,
Rarity explained. Charlie looked gobsmacked. That's very thoughtful of you. Trixie groaned.
It's Trixie, please.
She put extra emphasis on the word Trixie.
I couldn't do that, darling. That would be rude,
Rarity said politely.
You are the princess's student, after all. No, really, I'm fine with.
Trixie tried to say, but Rarity interrupted her.
I personally think the dojo is one of the best tests,
Rarity continued. Trixie ground her teeth. She always did this. The fashionista insisted on ignoring her request to not call her by her very hated last name. Trixie was already plotting her revenge. You like martial arts? Raindrops asked.
Naturally, darling. Its beauty and grace, its dedication to inner peace, and pony empowerment have such an allure to me. Although I don't have time to wish to continue it, I did take a few classes when I was younger.
Trixie snorted and found that thought absurd. So he spotted Carrot Top's almost finished parfait and got an evil idea.
Pinkie exclaimed, You should start classes again, Rarity. Master Snowflake is starting classes in a few days.
Pinkie tore towards a giant muscular white Pegasus with a blonde mohawk and a key. Yeah! He cried, hurting Trixie's ears a little.
I'll think about it, darling, but I really must be off. I have...
Rarity screamed to look down.
Yeek!
She saw that she had just stepped to Spice Cream.
My hoof occur!
Rarity shook her hoof off to get it off as clean as she could and ran off. Trixie resisted laughing. She took a piece of Carrot Top's parfait and made it invisible, just waiting for the perfect opportunity to make Rarity step in it. Serves her right, Trixie thought. Trixie's friends glared at her.
What?
She said innocently.
Anyway, Trixie, the usual.
Pinkie interjected. Trixie nodded. Pinkie pulled a taffy and lettuce-flavored cupcake out of nowhere, making Trixie blink. She was watching the party pony closely and had no idea where Pinkie got the cupcake.
Pinkie got a notebook. So, what can I get for you? A blueberry muffin would be nice, Dizzy answered. A strawberry cupcake, Shirley said.
Nothing for me, thanks, Raindrops gave out.
3 more chocolate buffets, thanks,
Carrot Top said. Tracy saw she already finished the previous one.
Getcha!
Pinky said as he left the group.
Are you okay, Carrot Top?
Shirley asked.
You are taking the loss of your prized carrot harder than I thought. I'm fine,
Carrot Top said and sighed.
It's just frustrating to put in all that work, only for Corona to ruin it.
She put her chin on the table.
I work hard, don't I? Why must everything I do fizzle out to nothing?
Every pony at the table nodded.
Don't I deserve to have something nice happen to me for once? Do not have my dreams stepped on at every turn?
Carrot Top growled frustration. An awkward silence followed, and Tracy wasn't sure to say. This wasn't a subject she felt comfortable getting into.
I'm sure Pokey can get you a form that will cover your losses to a government grant,
Tracy said in her best cheerful tone. She knew that Ponyville had monster attack protection, and wasn't difficult to get compensation if you filled out the right form, especially with the Corona crisis.
Moving on!
Princess Luna was adamant in helping Corona's victims.
Moving on!
She bet some bureaucratic ponies were in a corner weeping somewhere over the constant damages that were done to Ponyvilles these days.
Now, isn't the point, Trixie?
Carrot Top said evenly.
I think what she's trying to say is it's the principle of the thing,
Shirley said diplomatically.
Exactly,
Carrot Top exclaimed. Tracy winced. She knew it must be difficult to be constantly under the Apple Trust shadow. I doubt she'll be sending monsters against us much longer, Raindrops mused. The ones she sent today, barring a few accidents, didn't last very long. She snorted. What the heck is the point if they get crushed in minutes? Dizzy looked on Pontiac at the word accident. Tracy sighed. Dizzy would insist on apologizing again for what happened, even though Trixie already accepted the apology at least 5 times by now.
I'm just thinking about that.
Shirley started. This got every pony's attention. To be frank, our teamwork stinks. Every pony likes to be serious. Shirley continued. The monsters seem easy now, but I doubt they'll last. We can't afford to become complacent. That Corona is a crafty one. So you think things might get worse? Raindrops asked. She looked at the dojo. I could teach you how to fight. We could all take the martial arts classes together. Raindrops looked excited. She had a bit of passion for the martial arts. She was a black elf in the Iron Host style, apparently. Shirley cut her host together.
That's an excellent idea. That would be a perfect way to improve our skills.
Shirley took a thoughtful look.
And we could do some exercises to improve our teamwork.
Trixie's eyes widened. This sounded like a horrible idea.
No, no, no!
Trixie protested.
Shirley raised an eyebrow.
And why not? Trixie hated this idea. It would be so much hard work, and it would mean she would have to get all sweaty. She hated sweatiness. Her mind raced for a proper excuse to get out of this.
Because where could we find the time?
Trixie argued.
We all have busy schedules. I myself am way too busy practicing for future maxing shows. My duties as the night court representative of Ponyville.
This wasn't a complete lie. Despite all the paperwork, her assistant Pokey was able to help her do most of it in little time. Her duties were depressingly light, but they didn't need to know that.
Dizzy thought for a moment. Well, actually, I think it would be a great idea. Dizzy stood up. We are protecting the world. If it means I need to squeeze in some time for training, then so be it.
I would be okay with it, Carrot Top agreed.
I'm not that busy that I can't spend an hour or two training.
I'm game, Lyra said. Besides, some of us could need the exercise. She looked at Trixie.
I know it'll be hard at first, Shirley said soothingly, but trust me, it'll be worth it.
Trixie looked back and forth between her friends. This was looking bad. She needed to think of something.
Trixie,
Shirley said evenly,
I know you don't like this, but it's for the good of the team. Not if we are too exhausted to fight!
Trixie was sure she was onto something. Trixie, we're doing this so we don't get exhausted in fights, Raindrop said bluntly.
We are strong enough as it is, Trixie grumbled. Lizzie thought about it. I guess that's true.
Trixie saw her chance.
See, no need for any training at all. Nothing Corona has thrown at us as we come close to winning anymore.
Corona has set many monsters after them, but little by little they become easier to manage. Trixie didn't see any reason at all to train at this point. Plus, she knew that they would force her to eat health food and stop drinking her sweet, sweet bourbon. Unacceptable losses, in Tracy's opinion.
Well, now, anyway, Keraton pointed out.
Tracy waved a hoof.
Even if they do get stronger, we can handle it. Trust me, we have the power of friendship.
Raindrop sighed. If you don't want to train, fine. Tracy gave her a triumphant grin. She ate the rest of her cupcake in celebration. But I plan on going to the dojo every day.
Go ahead, I won't stop you,
Tracy said. Raindrop said,
our fearless leader. I heard that,
Tracy protested.
I know.
Raindrop's turned to the rest of the group. Let's schedule a time in the afternoon so we can all be together. Twilight held up a notebook, planning on writing everything she heard.
So, what can you tell me about the Galaxy Rangers, Miss Bonbon?
Them. A grayish-coated earth pony said,
in one word, awesome. They've kept the town safe and saved the world at least 100 times. The coolest, though, is the Blue Ranger. Oh, and why is that?
Twilight said, not looking away from her notebook. She gave Bonbon brief glances while talking to her.
Did you say the way she destroyed that monster? Bonbon swooned. She's so fearless and never gives up. In the grace and style. You can also tell she's probably the sexiest mare in existence under there. She's the perfect mare.
I see, Twilight said hesitantly. And who do you think might be under the mask? Bonbon's body language was completely changed. She suddenly became guarded.
I don't know. She's probably around, I guess. Have you seen anything that might tell who she is? Twilight asked. No, Bonbon said flatly. Now, excuse me, I have candy to sell. Thanks for your time.
Twilight gave a gracious bow of her head. Great. I just happened to run into some creepy weirdo. Twilight thought and shuddered.
Them? They're like, the whole town would be doomed if it wasn't for them.
An Arctic Blue Code Pegasus said,
they're the best. I'm actually part of the Galaxy Rangers fan club.
Do you have a fan club? Twilight asked a bit of surprise.
Well, sure. It was started by a pony named Rainbow Dash, the mayor exclaimed. An awesome club with awesome members for the most awesome heroes in all of Equestria, as he put it.
I see. Twilight made sure to get this down.
But you have to be wondering who the Galaxy Rangers are. Who do you think they are? Maybe seen something?
The mayor suddenly became icy and gave Twilight an uncomfortable stare.
Don't know. Don't care, really.
She flew on to her at this.
What's this for, exactly? The White Unicorn Filly said. And you want some paper? That's right, Twilight lied. I'm trying to learn as much as I can about the Galaxy Rangers. Cool! Does this mean I'm going to be mentioned in the paper?
The little filly answered eagerly. Twilight waggled her eyebrow and gave a conspiratorial look. If I get a good quote. The filly beamed with energy.
What do you want to know?
The filly barely controlling her excitement.
Have you seen anything about the Galaxy Rangers that might, I don't know, tell me more about who they are?
Twilight said.
The filly became cold. Excuse me, I think I remember I had tons of homework to do. Bye!
She left in a hurry, not wanting to look back for an instant.
Wait, I'll treat! Take it!
Twilight cursed. She hoped at least the filly would be more receptive to her questions. Twilight looked down and sighed. She spotted a bench and sat on it, dejected. This was ridiculous. She couldn't get any clues from any pony. They became hostile when probed about the Rangers' identities, especially the fan club. Twilight felt she barely made it out of there alive. She sighed again. She should have guessed. Down heroes and a strange mirror want to know their secret identities. They must assume she's some night court agent or something wishing to take their power for some noble. She sat there thinking when something caught her eye. It was the strangest building she'd ever seen. It was a house that was decorated like a gingerbread house, and, if Twilight didn't know any better, what's real? It was shaped like a house, but had a giant growth coming from its right side. It didn't quite match the gingerbread look of the rest of the house. She saw a sign that said, Sugar Cube Corner, Bakery and You, Sir. Twilight felt her stomach rumble. She hadn't eaten anything all day besides those peanuts on her train. What the heck? She thought. She was hungry and needed a treat right now. She trotted towards the building. The interior clashed just as much as the outside. It had a strange mix of classic and modern styles. Twilight entered, trying to absorb her surroundings as much as she could. She sat at a random table while gazing at the mixed match style. She was proud of her voice. You know, on Once and Always, I love how they recreated the youth center. I really do. Twilight jumped to the sun, high-pitched voice.
Oh my gosh, you must be new. After all, I know everybody, and I mean everybody in Ponyville.
Twilight was suddenly face to face with an uncomfortable distance to a pink earth pony with just a pink mane. She had a wide grin on her face.
Oh, I'm Pinkie Pie. Look at the secret corner. The best stopping equestrian for all your treat and use-sharing needs. I was throwing you a welcoming party, but, well, the party store got nachos by a monster, and now the whole building isn't safe.
Twilight blinked. What?
Some monsters, right? So rude. Now, I can't get the party supplies I need for all my parties, and ordering from outside sources is so expensive. How's a girl supposed to throw a party around here? Now I've missed 8 birthday parties, 2 bachelor parties, 8 wedding showers, and 19 welcoming parties. It's enough to make a pony go bang! And I don't want to be transformed into a bad pony through a freaking magical spell accident kind of way.
The pink pony was speaking so fast, Twilight barely understood what was being said. She just nodded, agreeing with whatever she was being told.
So, what can I get ya?
The pony Twilight thought might have been named Gimme Pie said, I'll have a cupcake, Twilight said hesitantly.
Sure thing!
Pie rushed right out of sight. Twilight sighed. That was far the strain. She stopped before Pinkie Pie appeared again with a cupcake on a small round plate.
Here you go!
Pie said with a smile on her face. Twilight screamed in alarm at the sudden appearance. Thanks, Twilight said after getting her senses back.
No problemo. Tell me you need anything.
Whoosh! Pie rushed in the back again. Twilight grabbed the cupcake in her magic and took a bite. It was good. Fantastic, even. Twilight quickly gave it another bite. Twilight was about to finish her cupcake when she noticed some ponies exiting the bakery, youth center, or whatever it was. She normally wouldn't have given them a second glance, but she noticed something strange about them. They were dressed in the same colors as the Galaxy Rangers. Most notable one was the unicorn in a Garrus red cap and hat that covered in yellow stars. She looked familiar, but Twilight couldn't place her. Next to her was a purple earth pony with a green jacket and white t-shirt. It had, I'm a teacher to save time. Let's just assume I know everything written on it. After them was a gray Pegasus, followed by a similar colored unicorn filly. The Pegasus had a long pink scarf with dragging on the ground. Flying out above them was a jasmine-colored Pegasus with a black and white plaid shirt. After her came out a mid-colored unicorn with a blue hoodie. Last of the group was a yellow earth pony with yellow coveralls, was well worn and hard work and were stained with dirt. It was a strange sight. Twilight watched them perplexed. A thought hit her. Could they be the Galaxy Rangers? 6 friends, and they just so happened to be wearing the colors of the Rangers? They were the exact same tribes they were. 2 earth ponies, 2 Pegasus, and 2 unicorns. No, that was just silly, right? Just a coincidence.
Say, who was the one in the red cape? Twilight asked curiously. Oh, that's Tracy Lulu,
Piggy replied happily. Twilight suddenly remembered where she saw the face before. It was Trixie Littlemoon, steward of the princess herself. She wasn't particularly interested in court business, but even she heard about Trixie being banished after a bizarre incident at some ice palace.
But don't let her hear you use her last name. She gets super upset for some reason. It's a shame. I think it's a rather pretty name. If I was her, I'd use Little Moon all the time. But that's just me. I would go by Pinkie Mania Diana Pie if I could, but that's just a mouthful. I usually go by Pinkie. Thanks to your good friend. I actually had an old close friend that used to call me PP. I always thought I was silly myself. That would only make some ponies confuse me with pancreatic polycentai. We can't have that. Just keep so I love doing it. Same about him having to do with the stallion grad. We sort of lost sense after that. Does he just hate it when it happens?
Pinkie looked at Twilight sensibly. Yes? Twilight asked sensitively.
I feel sorry for Trixie, Pinkie said sadly. She probably left like a million friends when she moved here for Care-a-Lot.
Oh, by the way, side crossover, you've been seeing how Pinkie's been acting here? You see how she's acting, her voice has been working? Huh? You see that? That's how you do it, Pinkie! When did she move here? Twilight asked curiously. Her details of the students' banishment were vague.
After the longest night celebration, Pinkie explained, she was actually the one sent here to help with the festival and become Pellyfield's representative for the night cart.
Something clicked in Twilight's head. It was awfully convenient she came here at the exact same time as the Galaxy Rangers appeared. Oh, by the way, am I the only one who would really, really like for a Power Rangers parody or somebody to go, look at that group! They're wearing the same color, walking as a group. They must be the Power Rangers! Only for another group of people doing the same thing, followed by a third, and a fourth. Just saying, I would love for that joke to happen. Are the rest of her friends locals? Twilight asked.
Yep. Well, now, all except Lyra. She actually came with Trixie before the longest night, Pinky said.
And moved here afterward? Twilight guessed.
Pinky nodded. She actually moved here after going to school in Caroline for a few years so she can live it, make the move on.
Twilight drowned out her, started thinking. Awfully convenient indeed. Maybe after Corona escaped, Trixie and her friends gained the power of the Galaxy Rangers and moved here so they could all stay together. What better cover than a worthless exile has-been student of the princess, working as representative of a small no-name town. Very clever playing the part of the fool to hide her true identity. She wondered if the princess gave them these powers and made up the identity to protect her. The princess's cunning was well known after all. Maybe the Ice Palace incident was just a setup. Twilight shook her head. They were all baseless theories with no evidence to support them. She would research and study Trixie first to see if there was any credence to her theory.
And that's why you should never use face paste as an antiseptic.
Thinking expressed, Twilight Blade not sure what to say.
So, what's the interest in Trixie?
Pinky asked curiously.
No reason.
Twilight lied, but in a way it didn't sound convincing.
Oh, I get it,
Pinky proclaimed.
She tickles your fancy, so to speak.
She wrinkled her eyebrows excessively.
What? She does not!
Twilight exclaimed.
Dang it!
Pinky sounds disappointed and sad.
This ship seems so likely to.
Twilight was completely lost. She decided to finish her cupcake so she could get going. She saw the stallion she interviewed earlier, and the thought of time she wasted earlier made her even more annoyed, and once her cupcake would figure. So why is every pony so secretive of the Galaxy Rangers? Twilight asked, grumbling. No pony seems interested in learning who they are at all. I don't get it. If those are here in my hometown, I'd like to know who they are.
You're scared, Twilight,
Pinky said in his quiet voice. Twilight's eyes widened, scared.
Pinky gave a sad smile. Yes, you're scared to lose them. Every pony is so worried the Night Court might try something to take them away. I know how they are. They want to have the Galaxy Rangers' power for themselves. They, I don't know, kidnap one of those so they can have an edge for something. What exactly is Ponyville? What will protect Ponyville from the baddies? Those Night Court jerks don't give a toss about Ponyville.
Pinky gestured around the building.
We've been lucky so far, but the whole town has been seriously damaged several times. Police are scared that something worse might happen.
Pinky paused for a thought.
If they knew the Rangers' identities, they go after their families and loved ones to get them, or threaten to ruin their lives. They tear the team apart for sure, move them somewhere else and have them right where they want them, just to get their hooves on their power from Luna knows what. Corona would send a monster in Ponyville and destroy the whole town.
Twilight looked downcast. I see.
And besides, who cares who the Galaxy Rangers are?
Pinky smiled suddenly bright again.
They're a symbol of hope for Ponyville and every pony else, and that makes them worth protecting.
Twilight felt silly. Pinky was right. Maybe it was for the best he didn't know. The thought of the Night Court nobles tearing the team apart just for their own gain sickened her. She felt she wanted to protect the Galaxy Rangers. She didn't need to know their identities to study them anyway. She could just study their powers and how they work when they saw it. Maybe get an interview.
Thanks, Pinky. You gave me a lot to think about. Twilight said gratefully. That's what I'm here for, Pinky said happily and winked. And not just a pretty face.
How much for the cupcake? Twilight asked, getting up.
Nothing, Pinky said. After all, you didn't get a welcoming party. Oh, please don't tell me you're going to be in town long. I can at least have a nice day in Ponyville Party.
I don't know. I have a lot of studying to do, so it'll be at least a few weeks. I explained.
Great, that's perfect! Pinky noticed somebody calling her. I'll see. Need to go. Have a nice day.
She sipped off to an annoyed stallion who had been sitting there unattended for some time. Twilight exited the secret corner and headed for the library. She wanted to see if there was any hint to the strange magical powers the Galaxy Rangers have. Maybe some local lore might give her a clue. Trixie's friends left her one by one to whatever their daily business was. The only one left was Lyra, whose house was on the way to Trixie's. Lyra was apparently practicing a new piece of music for something that the musician was keeping secret. No matter how much Trixie pried, Lyra kept it close to her heart. Trixie briefly wondered if it had something to do with the summer anniversary that was coming up in a few weeks. They were almost up to Trixie's house when Lyra's mare friend Bonbon tried up to them.
Hi, Lyra.
And Trixie,
Bonbon said. Bonnie!
Lyra pulled Bonbon a deep hug and rubbed her nose against Lyra as a bunny kiss.
How's my snooky looking doing?
Bonbon said after letting go in a hug. Tracy did her best not to gag. Tried. I'm pretty good, Lyra replied. My little sugar drop. The two lovers just stared into each other's eyes, unmoving while holding hands. And they stayed that way for at least 2 minutes. And then started whispering sweet nothing to each other, still not moving. I love you, Bonnie, Lyra whispered. Not as much as I love you, my little sugar drop, Bonbon said back. Tracy had enough. She was going to get out of here right now. She already hit the amount of lovey-doveyness she could take. Princess Luna should really have this type of affection banned in public. Yes, she knew they were in love, but this is too much. Where every newly united couple like this, apparently they had been separated for some time. It got so bad that most of Lyra's friends made it a point to avoid her once he was around Bonbon. Not that Lyra knew this. Trixie slowly backed away, in a grunt. She knew making any sudden moves could spell her doom. Luckily, she was able to take some distance safely. She sighed in relief and started to trot away. Do you know what giant Ganduda is, Lyra? Bonbon asked. No, I can't say I do, Lyra replied. Good. I've been trying to make them, and I saved you the best bats I made, Bonbon explained. Oh, you shouldn't have. Lyra protested, but was horrified. Anything for the best mare friend in Equestria. Have I told you how much I love you? Not for some time. I love you, Bonnie. I love you, Lyra. Tracy saw the two were playing kissing again and started to increase her pace. My day's been pretty dull. Well, there was a monster attack, but you know how they are, Lyra said. Mine's been pretty much the same except for one thing. Tracy stopped as Bonbon said this, interested. There was a strange mare that had asked me questions about the Galaxy Rangers. Seemed very interested in learning who they are. You have to be careful, Tracy's eyes widened as he turned to the couple. Who was she? Tracy demanded. Lyra glared at her for interruption, but she was ignored. I don't know, Bonbon sounded unsure. Twilight Sparkle, I think? She was a reporter for a paper in Camelot. Tracy repeated the name several times to recall where she heard that name before. Her eyes widened the size of dinner plates. What? Lyra asked, uneasily, clearly afraid what the answer might be. I know her, Tracy proclaimed. She was a top student at Luna School of Magic. Got the highest marks in all her classes. The princess herself presented her a diploma when she graduated. Wow. Lyra said, she must have become quite a journalist. Tracy snorted. Somebody like that would never take that profession. Bonbon blinked. What? Why not? Not only was she a genius at magic, but she's also the daughter of Nightlight, one of the nobles of the Night Court. A viceroy, no less. There's no way with power and connections like that she would become a mere journalist, Tracy explained. Lyra and Bonbon didn't seem convinced, but Tracy continued anyway. This means the Night Court is finally coming after the Galaxy Rangers! How do you figure that? Lyra asked, perplexed. Simple. The journalist bit is an obvious lie. So where does that leave us? Tracy said. She's obviously here on the behest of her father, as a ploy to get one of the Rangers. Think of what that could mean for a member of the Night Court. Their providence and land would be safe for Corona, and they could use that as a bargaining chip. It could be used as leverage against the other members. Corona's attacking your land with a monster. Well, I suppose I could have a Ranger fight for you if you help me pass a measure. That's horrible, Lyra proclaimed. The Rangers are here to help every pony. Yes, but they won't see it that way. We would only be a tool for their use, Tracy explained. Both Lyra and Bonbon looked disgusted. But we don't know that for sure, Bonbon said. She really could be a journalist looking for a story. Tracy thought it was cute to see some pony so young and naive. Trust me, she is up to something, and I am going to find out what it is. Okay, Lyra said reluctantly. Just call us if you need help. Tracy smirked. Don't worry, this happens to be my specialty. She paused. Actually, there is something I need you to do. Tracy carefully trotted across the hallway. She naturally had her invisibility spell up. She couldn't afford to be seen. She went to the Twilight Sparkle's hotel room. She looked both ways again to see if the coast was clear. He used the spare key she used to open it. This was breaking and entering, but she needed to confirm something. Things were far too serious and dangerous now. Tracy closed the door behind her carefully. She let go of the brush she was intentionally holding. Tracy dropped her invisibility and used detect magic. This spell would help her discover if magical traps were hidden in the room. She knew that Twilight Sparkle was a top-level unicorn mage, most likely a Night Court spy. No doubt the room had all sorts of deadly and cunning booby traps. Tracy frowned when she discovered none.
Odd,
Tracy thought, frowning.
Does he just not have the time to put them up? Are the turrets not magical in nature? Already not used because they would attract attention.
This was a problem with fighting a Night Court spy. You never knew what they had up their sleeves. Tracy was determined, however, was not going to let that stop her protecting her friends. The room was simply furnished. It had a bed, a dresser, kitchen, table, and bathroom, if not much else. It was a cheap room and nothing more. Tracy had found that the table was already in use, and had papers on it. They were written in some language Tracy had never seen before, consisted of strange scribbles. Oh, that's just the artist doing that just to save time. They also had some poorly drawn pictures of the Galaxy Rangers, with little notes around them. Tracy furrowed her brow. She had tried hard to make sense of these notes, but gave up. She noticed Twilight Sparkle's traveling bag under the table, and used her magic to open it. She stuck her nose to get a better look. Suddenly there was a knock, and Trixie jumped and hit her head on the table. She grunted in pain and rubbed her head with a hoof. "Trixie, are you there?" Lyra said. Trixie opened the door as she could and threw Lyra in with her magic. Lyra's arms fluttered around while in midair and crashed into her bed.
"Ow! What the hell are you doing?"
she demanded.
"Me? What are you doing here?" Trixie shot back. "Are you trying to get us caught? You're supposed to be tailing Twilight Sparkle."
"I did. She's at the library," Lyra explained.
"You didn't stay there because?"
Trixie asked with her eyebrow raised. "It was boring," Lyra proclaimed. "All she did was study. It didn't look like she was going anywhere for a while. Seriously, it's frightening how that pony could throw herself into her studies and become oblivious to everything around her, so I came to check up on you. Still can't believe you actually convinced me into doing this. Whatever, let's just get this over with." Tracy faced off.
"Fine, help me figure out what she is planning."
Tracy pulled out one of Twilight's notes.
"Do you have any idea what this language is? I don't have a clue."
Lyra considered it. Maybe it's short hoof? Some ponies like to use it to take notes.
"Clever,"
Trixie admitted. Twilight Sparkle used it to protect her notes from nasty interlopers. This would be a little harder than she thought. She decided to check Twilight's bag for now. Trixie dumped all the contents on the floor. She belonging were mostly books, papers, letters, scrolls. There were some scientific devices that Trixie couldn't make heads or tails of. The books were mostly scientific or magical. Also, several volumes of something called Mobile Suit Gun Pony Wing. Actually, technically, it's called Stories of the Losers. Lyra helped Trixie look through the numerous scrolls and letters, if a bit begrudgingly. This breach of privacy irked her. Many of the scrolls were mostly notes again with some unreadable language, so Trixie let Lyra deal with those while she looked through the letters. She found one that looked like it was still in the process of being written, and one looked made to drop in horror. This was bad. Very bad. Lyra saw Trixie look shocked and looked concerned. "What is it?"
"Things are taking a turn for the worse," Trixie exclaimed. "Twilight Sparkle is a spy for the Gringa!"